Everyone, welcome back to the PGA First Look. We're here to talk about the RBC Canadian Open. Last week we had an extremely strong field for the Memorial. This week, not so much. There are some big names at the very top, but the talent certainly drops off pretty quickly. Most of the big names are going to be waiting until next week for the U.S. Open. So it kind of feels like a down week in terms of betting, DFS. I think everyone's kind of just gearing up for the next major, and that kind of provides us an opportunity if we do the extra research. But it will be a little bit difficult this week because we have a new course on tap. It's going to be St. George's Golf and Country Club. It's a par 70 that measures just over 7,000 yards. We did see this back in 2010. Carl Pedersen ended up winning that tournament. I believe it was at -10. But they have made some changes to the courses. They've removed some of the trees. I think they made the fairways wider. And so we don't really know how this is going to play. We don't really know the type of golfer that is going to perform well here. But, it's a tighter track. I do think, accuracy is going to be a little bit more important than distance this week, especially, 7,000 yards, and 3 or 4 of the par 3s measure over 200 yards. So it's a unique par 70 in that it has 5 par 3s and 3 par 5s. So, that's really just going to make it play even shorter. The fact that there are long par 3s and the fact that there are 3 par 5s. And it's just barely over 7,000 yards. So, I kind of expect these guys to take this place apart. A lot of the par 4s are short. The par 5s should be very easy for the entire field. I think 2 of them measure less than 530 yards. So, you're probably going to see some eagles this week. The greens themselves, they used to be a mix of bent and POA. But they are now true bent grass. That's kind of one of the changes that they've made to the course since 2010. I'm just kind of looking, at golfers that make a lot of birdies, golfers that keep it in play off the tee. Good iron play, I think, is going to play, come into play this week. And then good putters. I don't know how difficult the greens are going to be to hit. I don't know how difficult scrambling is going to be since we don't have that data. So not weighing around the green too much, but I did keep it, in the model for the week. And that's just about it. So the stats, pretty basic. I'm looking at strokes gained off the tee, good drive percentage, and fairways gained. Again, I'm not looking at distance. Very short course. Then you have strokes gained approach, ball striking, greens and regulation, birdie or better percentage, bogey avoidance, strokes gained around the green, and strokes gained putting. If you are a premium member here at RotoGrinders, you can go through and change these percentages to however you see fit. So if you're one of those people that like to rely on short-term stats, you can bump up the last 3 months. If you like long-term stats, you can bump up the other numbers for sure. The course history in the model this week, it is just the RBC Canadian Open course history. And it's only from 2019, 2015. We've missed the last 2 years due to COVID. And I don't think it's going to have, any predictive value this week. So I didn't include, any weight to course history this week just because we don't have any really since 2010. So this is just, for reference of how well golfers have played at the Canadian Open. The whole yardage breakdown, these are the guys that play the best on the whole yardage lengths at this specific course. So you're going to have Scheffler, JT, Fitz, and Burns up top. And then my one and only comp this week is going to be shorter par 70 and par 71. So I included par 71s because most par 71s have 3 par 5s just like this one. So I included that as well. You have JT, Rory, Lowry, Connors, and Rose kind of leading the way. Rose is certainly an interesting one. You never know what to expect from him. Then you got your usual form statistics. You can weigh those however you would like. And when you go through, you play with the weights. You can come up with your own player ratings. Mine are hidden right now. And it'll tell you who rates out the best in terms of the point per dollar for each site, which is kind of useful information. You can also upload those ratings right into Lineup HQ, and then you can build lineups based on the ratings that you created, which I think is a lot of fun. I also have player notes for pretty much anyone that I am considering. If I hear anything throughout the week about a certain golfer, I'll add those notes. We can go from there. So a little bit of a letdown week, but I think that is the perfect time to put in that extra research because I think everyone's just kind of going to rely on the optimizers to build their lineups this week. So if you do a little bit deeper dive into the course, into stats and all that, I do think it could be a very profitable week for those who put in that extra work. So want to wish everyone the best of luck. As always, if you have any questions, shoot me a direct message on Twitter. I'm always around and I'm always gonna get back to you. So with that, gonna get out of here. We'll see you back next week for the US Open.